Today we're going to be talking about the royal elites of hell, including how the different royal hierarchies overlap, some new demon elites that seem to be in the 2022 trailer, and some new information I managed to get about how death works for them. But before we jump to that, I just want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Bespoke. Bespoke is a membership club that for $49 a month sends you $70 worth of items curated to your tastes after doing a simple Q&A to get a sense of what you like. Their Tamed box comes with a traditional shaving kit. I hate electric razors and nothing feels better than a clean, old-fashioned shave, with a ginseng and LME-based shaving cream as well as moisturizer for when you're done, as well as a face scrub that doesn't just make you feel clean, but also revitalized. I also got my hands on their trail box, which comes with an amazing survival guide for the outdoors, a paracord bracelet that can be retooled to do anything from fishing to making your own bow and arrow. It also comes with this amazing hunting knife, as well as a pocket saw. All of this comes in a water-resistant box, perfect for protecting anything you need to keep safe and dry while out in the wild. And finally, I also got the Forge box, which comes with this knife made of Damascus steel, which doesn't just give it this cool design, but also contributes to how strong yet flexible it can be without losing its sharp edge. These are just a few examples of the awesome boxes you can get delivered monthly, and they're constantly updating their site with new options. And they have boxes available for any interest, from food to clothes to the great outdoors. Go to bespokepost.com/cartoon20 to get 20% off your first box, or simply use the coupon code cartoon20 at checkout. You don't want to miss out on all the cool monthly goods to enrich your life. And now, back to the video. In Hazbin Hotel and Helluva Boss, the entirety of Hell is ruled over by Lucifer, who acts as a king of Hell, and by extension his wife Lilith is the queen of Hell, and his daughter Charlie is of course the princess of Hell. According to Beelzebub, Lucifer is at the very top of Hell's hierarchy of power, with his wife and daughter being just below him, and then below them comes the 7 princes of Hell, each embodying one of the 7 deadly sins, and each ruling over their own ring of Hell themed after that sin. Below them are the demons of the Ars Goetia, 72 powerful demons inspired by the writings attributed to King Solomon, who is said to have summoned these demons and used them to build his sacred temple, with the most notable demon in the show from this being Stolas. Those are the only hierarchies that have been explicitly noted as being royal within the show, though other real-life writings of demon royalties do exist, and I would not be surprised to find some of them being worked in the show in various ways, each with their own goals, but ultimately being subservient to the rule of law of Lucifer and the 7 princes. And we'll be discussing one of those possible new demon royal elites later in the video. The 7 princes of Hell include Lucifer as the Prince of the Pride Ring with its red sky, and one ring below that would be Wrath with its orange sky, which is ruled by Satan. We have not had a confirmed sighting of this prince yet, but in Hazbin Hotel's pilot we see a horned demon who many believe to be an early design for Satan, as well as a smaller demon who fans speculate may be his son, possibly named Damien. In Helluva Boss, however, we see Blitz's phone has apps that seem to be created by the 7 princes of Hell, with Satan's being a workout app, which makes sense considering how much importance the imps put on strength in the Wrath Ring. With that in mind, even if this silhouette was meant to be Satan, I imagine he will have a bit of a redesign with this in mind and look a lot more muscular. Below that is the Gluttony Ring, which should have a yellow sky and be ruled by Beelzebub. We have seemingly only seen hints of this in episode 8 previews from the 2022 trailer, as well as the background of Beelzebub's recent announcement about the episode. It is interesting that this entire location seems to have beehive patterns in the background, including in the parts that look like the sky, likely taking inspiration from the word bee inside of the name Beelzebub. In Moxie's song in episode 7, he speaks of Beelzebub as if they are 2 separate people, simply Beelze and her bub. This has led to some speculation among fans that the prince of this ring will actually be a princess, or perhaps even that they are a couple that rule over the Gluttony Ring together. In the show, the only other reference to Beelzebub is Beelze Juice, a sort of demonic beverage that gets demons drunk and can turn animals on Earth into giant monsters. While we don't know exactly where this comes from, a zoom in on the background of this preview shows some honey-like substance dripping from the hive-like structures, leading me to believe that Beelze Juice is actually a mead made from the honey in this ring. Below that would be the Greeter Ring with its green sky, ruled over by the Jester-themed demon Mammon. Below that is the Lust Ring with its dark blue sky, ruled over by Asmodeus, who interestingly is also a king in the Ars Goetia, making him a part of the same hierarchy as Stolas, but outranking him, as Stolas is only a prince there. The next ring down is Envy, ruled by Leviathan, with a purple sky, though we've seen no references to any of this in the show yet, other than some background demons with an aquatic theme that are believed to come from the Envy ring, as Leviathan is of course known as a biblical sea monster. Finally, at the bottom is the Sloth ring with a pink sky ruled by Belphegor. This may be the ring that Stolas lives in, as the sky around his home is generally pink, though at night it is dark red, similar to the Pride ring, making fans question if maybe he just lives in the Pride ring and that the pink sky we see surrounding his home is just the Pride ring in the morning. Stolas, as I mentioned, is a prince of the Ars Goetia and is outranked by Asmodeus, who is a king in the Ars Goetia. It is unsure what exactly holds the Ars Goetia together or why it was formed within the show, and other than Asmodeus, we have not really seen Stolas interact with any of the other 70 members of this demonic nobility, who all must have their own jobs similar to Stolas, who is in charge of certain cosmic rituals he must perform with his grimoire every month. In the 2022 trailer, we got a shot of a new demon that many fans believe to be Epos, who is also a prince of the Ars Goetia, just like Stolas. Like most demons, Epos has several different descriptions that are wildly different, but for the show, the Helluva crew seem to be going with the description of him being like a vulture. This is likely to keep up with the bird theme that both Stolas and Asmodeus seem to have, as although Asmodeus has the faces of a human, a bull, and a ram, he was also designed to look like a rooster, and was purposely given legs like Stolas. Perhaps the Ars Goetia as a whole will be bird-themed in the show, though not all demons in the book are described as being bird-like. Epos is the same rank as Stolas, being a prince, and I imagine Stolas will likely seek him out at some point in Season 2 for advice from someone he sees as more of an equal than someone like Asmodeus, who is his superior in the Ars Goetia, as I said. Epos has the power to see all things past, present, and future, and can be extremely useful for lore drops when he appears, but I believe Stolas will be asking him specifically about his own future, perhaps to see if Stella will be successful in getting Stryker to assassinate him, or if Blitz and him will end up having a real relationship. Perhaps Epos will confirm Stolas' fear that he has thrown his life away to chase after Blitz. Until recently, I was operating under the assumption that royal demons were long-living but not immortal, something said by Fatis, a previous Hazbin Hotel staff member who used to do live Q&As, but they did say to take everything they mention about the show with a grain of salt. Vivzipop holds a monthly Q&A on her Patreon, where fans in the $50 tier or higher can ask questions and get an answer, and this month, Vivzipop explained that royal demons are actually immortal, so unlike the lower classes of natural demons such as imps and hellhounds, royals like Lucifer, Charlie, and even Stolas all will live forever unless they are killed in another way. It has been confirmed in the show that demons like Stolas are able to be killed by angelic weapons, just like the immortal Earthborn sinners can be. However, Vivzipop noted that demons like Lucifer and Charlie cannot be killed by angels' weapons themselves. Instead, they can only be killed if they are smited by an angel who is more powerful than them in heaven's hierarchy, which makes me wonder which angels that may be and why they didn't destroy Lucifer instead of letting him rule all over the sinners of hell. And real quick, I just want to clarify that sharing this information is not a Patreon leak, but rather I was given permission to share this particular information, which is helpful considering how long the fandom has been unsure about how death works in the Hazbin Hotel world. Beyond these two noble hierarchies, I believe that the demon Baphomet may be an important character in Hell too, though we cannot say if he is royal. Baphomet is a horned demon with a candle on his head who gained popularity as a prominent demon a lot more recently in our history, with him being included as part of the Satanist Bible, and he has become associated with Satan himself, as a lot of demons tend to do. We see there is some reverence for him in Hell, with one of Millie's brothers mysteriously having a tattoo/scar on his arm that shows Baphomet's head, leading me to believe that he is something of a New Age royal that demons are beginning to worship. Additionally, we see some demons in the background that some fans have referred to as candleheads, who look like they were modeled after Baphomet, and may be species under his rule. In a previous video, I had mistakenly attributed these candleheads to being a race that belonged to Belphegor in the Sloth Ring. I like to imagine there will be other references to famous demons being in their own hierarchies as the show continues, or establishing themselves as their own prince of their own species of demon or what have you, though only time will tell. Thanks for watching my video about the royal elites of Hell, but if you think I missed an important detail, consider leaving a comment down below to let me know, and don't forget to check out the sponsor of today's video, Bespoke. Links in the pinned comment down below. See you guys next time.